Fantastic. And this is the Relax user interface. Very simply, you'll find it comparable to what we'd look at with tools like OpenAI and what you'd look at with Anthropic Claude. We've decided to keep it very simple. One of the things we want to make sure is non-technical users and non-machine learning experts can use this tool to accelerate and augment what they're doing. The interesting parts of Relax are actually in some of the configuration settings that are behind the scenes. If you jump into settings here, you'll find a lot of your user interface settings very similar to what you have with existing tools, a very straightforward way to onboard non-technical users and be able to lay out training. We have that provided as well. The really compelling part about this is obviously the yearly plan per user is £100 a year. Something we're really pushing and being able to pass these savings of using open source models to be able to drive next generation performance and pass those savings on to you as a consumer. You'll find in here cutting edge security bases, the ability to generate API keys and obviously connect those as applications to any system you've got which currently connects to ChatGPT. If you're currently using ChatGPT as a provider for any machine learning process, you can take Relax. You can do a one-to-one migration, which will take you less than an hour, which ultimately means you change the endpoint you connect to from OpenAI servers to Relax's servers. You will instantaneously receive a considerable discount in cost and gain cost savings, but then alongside that, regain control over your data. And adoption to Relax can be as straightforward as that. Looking at the privacy that's alongside this is we are really clear and are very transparent with you about what your data is being used for. If you disable your data being used for training data, none of your data will be used to train future versions of the model. You are very free to delete that data. We enable conversation history, but you can obviously have a conversation very much so where you retain control of that. And most importantly, currently my data sovereignty is set to the United Kingdom, but I can change that very freely to have my data located in other regions if required. You get full control over the system prompt and underlying components here. And also one of the things that we're starting to build out is integrations, particularly privacy-focused integrations like web search that don't reveal the user doing the web search outside of the Relax system. Let's jump into a few example prompts to show you how powerful Relax is. I'll start with a very simple one, which is give me 5 British AI researchers. And what you'll immediately notice is Relax jumped to action, immediately started outputting a prompt. And where you can kind of see ChatGPT start to stutter and start to slow down, Relax is consistently performant. These are really interesting viewpoints that you can have, but actually, to mirror onto Kunal's demo, is Relax is very efficient at being able to write code alongside answer large-scale questions. Relax is trained up until last year with data inside the model. However, one of the things that we're really excited to be able to showcase today is actually the ability to use this privacy-focused web search to fill in any gaps in your training data that your machine learning model might need to be able to respond to. We'll wait for this prompt to finish and then head to settings and integration. As I mentioned, one of the things about having control and privacy is being able to turn on and off these plugins in a very controlled way. If I say, what is the weather report for the next week in London? This should go away. Understands that that's a question the model doesn't understand presently. Go away, collect relevant information to be able to supplement that, analyze those results, and then bring that back to you in that speed. And you can see there that unfortunately the weather in London is going to look a lot like it has for the rest of the week. But that's the ability to be able to start adding real-time live information. If something appears into the search browser within an hour, you can have access to it in your Relax browser. Let's add one more onto there, which I think would be very impressive, which is, why don't we look at what are some of the AI advancements that have happened in 2025? We're about 15 days into that. I think that's a lot of very new concepts that we'll be able to do. And then Relax is also taking all of this data, mining it, understanding what's relevant to your question and refining the output directly back to you as a user. You can see here,